Jordan Peterson once said, "You're always looking for new information in the off chance that somebody who doesn't agree with you will tell you something you couldn't have figured out on your own." It's a completely different way of looking at the world. It's the antithesis of opinionated. Imagine a lone wanderer traversing a mythic land, moving from village to village in search of wisdom. In one town, the people worship the sun, singing its praises. In the next, they revere the moon, speaking of its quiet power. The wanderer listens, not to confirm his own beliefs, but to uncover something unexpected, something that might upend his understanding of the world. He does not fear contradiction, he seeks it. Most of us, however, crave the warmth of agreement. We gather around the familiar, reinforcing our views like a fire in a cabin, safe from the storm outside. But what if the storm of disagreement isn't a danger, but a frontier? What if, instead of fear, we approached opposing views with curiosity? True wisdom begins not with certainty, but with the courage to step beyond the known and into the uncharted. To embrace this mindset, we must surrender the illusion that we already possess all the answers. It takes humility to admit, maybe I don't see the full picture. Maybe even someone I disagree with holds a piece of the truth. This shift is not just intellectual, it is transformational. It replaces pride with curiosity, dogma with dialogue. An opinionated person builds walls, a seeker builds bridges. Consider two scholars in an ancient library. One refuses to read any book that contradicts his beliefs. The other eagerly seeks out texts that challenge his understanding. Who emerges wiser? Not the one who clings to familiarity, but the one who dares to test his convictions against the unknown. History's greatest minds thrived on opposition. Socrates questioned relentlessly, not to win arguments, but to expose the limits of his own knowledge. Scientists do not merely defend their theories, they attempt to disprove them, knowing that failure brings them closer to truth. The same principle applies to our everyday conversations. When we genuinely listen to those who challenge us, we refine our thinking, uncover blind spots, and sometimes even change our minds. And there is a powerful side effect: respect. When people sense that you truly listen, not to refute but to understand, they too become more open. Conversations transform from battlegrounds into shared journeys. You are no longer just defending a position, you are exploring a landscape of ideas, uncovering new perspectives, and expanding your world instead of shrinking it. This openness does not mean abandoning conviction. Instead, think of your beliefs as a blade forged in fire. Every challenge, every counterpoint, is a hammer stroke strengthening the steel. If your view holds true under scrutiny, it emerges sharper. If it bends, you adjust. Either way, you win, because you have either refined your knowledge or discovered a truth you hadn't considered before. In an era where many seek to silence dissent, the willingness to learn from opposition is a rare and powerful trait. It sets you apart as someone who values truth over ego, growth over certainty. The next time you encounter disagreement, resist the impulse to defend. Instead, ask, what can I learn here? That question alone places you among the seekers, the ones who move beyond opinion and into wisdom. Stay curious. Stay open. The world is vast and its truths are waiting.